side, the downfall of this wicked ass kingdom, this country that we're living in, America, Babylon the Great. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakadash. We want to give a double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, and a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect, the brothers, the true prophets of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that are scattered throughout the four winds of the world. Unto you, we say shalom. All right, we want to get into prophecy. And prophecy is, people don't realize the importance of prophecy has, okay? Prophecy means to say before, all right, to give warning, all right? That's the job of a prophet. The prophet in the ancient world, in these times, has more authority than the king. It's more important than the king, okay? Because the prophets of the Lord are here to tell the people, first our people and the nations, of their judgment and what's to come, okay?
Because the Heavenly Father and the Son is speaking right through the prophets.
That's right.
That's why the prophets is, higher than, any king on the planet Earth, right? So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, his prophets are, the top men of the planet Earth.
Right? That's right.
And that's someone else's kingdom, right?
Yeah. Right.
You're still at the top.
And the prophets have the ability to tell you what's to come before it happens.
Yeah, correct.
All right, and people don't realize the power in that. And we ain't talking about give you the lotto numbers or who gonna win the football game or the Super Bowl. We talking about something more important: the ushering in of Yahweh Shai, the kingdom to come, the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be established on earth. That's what we're prophesying about. But the things that come that before that is what we're warning our people. What are some of the main prophecies? Of course, the MOTB, World War III. All right, and those are the one prophecy 1 and 1A, and not to mention the minor prophecies of the pestilence, uproars of the people,
famine,
earthquakes,
famine.
All right, the downfall, the crash of this monetary system, Jacob's trouble.
Yes,
These
sir.
are all the martial law. All these are prophecies that we're telling you, we're warning you. This is serious business. All right, unless you take heed to the prophets, you're going to perish and come and be subject to judgment by one of these prophecies, by one of these judgments, whether it be martial law, famine, the sword of Esau, some form of a deadly pestilence. Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
This man still hates you.
Right.
He hates your race still.
I got a script.
Yeah.
Isaiah 46 verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the most high power, and there is none else. I am the power, and there is none else like me. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Right. The counsel of the Lord will stand. It's going to stand. The will of the Lord is what's going to be done. And it's not of our will. Okay, we can't stop the MOTB from coming in. We can't stop any of these prophecies from happening. They're going to happen because the Lord spoke it over 2,000 years ago to his prophets.
Yeah, declaring the end from the beginning, man. Hey, man, shit. Well, we're living there right now. It was already declared, man. Right. All these kingdoms, the Jacob's captivity under the nations. Yahushua, coming back 2,000 years ago to die for the elect, and essentially Israel. Yeah. His ministry. It was already written. The script. That's what it calls the scripture. Script of the movie. Basically, movie script of the Lord, man. So we're just living. America's already destroyed. We already living in the kingdom through the spirit. Yeah. But the physical lags behind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we gotta live. We gotta work out through the physical. So that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Right, another one. Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of this.
So it's no excuse, bro. It's no excuse for any of you Jakes out there, especially you Israelite men, because your Israelite man is supposed to receive this and then give it to his wife, his children, and to prepare them. We pray that the Lord prepares us so we could prepare our family. But it starts with the Israelite man, okay, who is the head of this household. Of course, the head over him is Yahweh Shai, and then the Most High Yahweh's over Yahweh Shai.
So you got direct
Right.
contact through the Spirit, through the Holy Spirit, right? From the Most High God through Yahweh Shai.
Right.
The only begotten Son, straight to the man. Basically, straight to the prophet that's giving you the word of the mouth, out of the mouth of the Most High. Okay, about the things to come in the future. That's what the prophecy is all about. You got something?
Yeah, I got two. There's Proverbs 29, and this 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish.
And that vision, Salaki, bro,
You got it.
if that vision is coming from the Most High and giving it unto us to understand it and reveal it to the rest of the people.
Okay.
All right, unto the prophets to reveal it to the rest of the people. So when that vision comes, it's a warning of things to come. You got it?
This Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
Yep.
And then this is account.
Let me say this, and he that keep it, happy is he. Why? Because he kept the prophet, the understanding of the prophecy, and prepared himself. How do you prepare yourself? By getting yourself girded up spiritually with wisdom, with humility, with fear and reverence of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that you may be counted worthy to escape these perils through His miracles.
Okay.
Okay, it's not that it's something that anybody can escape from going through. Is that you escape by the miracles of the Most High. So if you're not in the blessings of the miracles that He's going to provide, having Michael the Archangel over you, protect you, having certain situations just play out in your favor, hey, then you're gonna get destroyed by this thing. All right.
Okay, and this
Read that last part again.
okay, this back in Proverbs 29:18. It says, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
Right.
They're happy as he. You know, because ultimately it comes down to you fearing the Most High. As long as you fear Him, you know, you're going to do the things necessary to not get in His. You're going to stay in His good graces, so that when the times of evil come, He'll have you in a safe place. You know, but if you're doing what's wicked, expect evil.
Yep.
And the prophets were sent out to you to basically let you know, make you aware, and if you ain't right, if you don't make yourself right, these are the things that you're gonna expect. You know, you're gonna expect evil, expect to hey, you know, whatever you subject to,
Right.
whatever the Lord numbers you to. You know, because you had time when the prophets were out there, man.
I want to add one more thing on what you said. Said he that keepeth the law, right? So we as prophets are to educate you or remind you, if you will, of these law, statutes, and commandments that you should be rehearsing. Okay, we should be practicing and rehearsing these to the best of our ability. We can't keep them all, but that's where our faith in this grace period comes in.
That's the main ingredient.
That's how you get yourself right.
In this, you know, in prophecy. Yeah, we can tell you that these things are going to happen, but you have to believe on the word.
Yep.
You know, you have to, because the Lord is a man of His word. He's going to, everything He said in this book has happened or is going to happen, and you have to have faith that, you know, we see it. We don't need to see these things, even though we see them, to have faith. But when we see these things come to pass, that builds our faith. That builds us up. Like, oh shit, cashless. You know, what's that shit? The CBDC, Amazon Go. All these things are building our faith. You know, that adding up to the MOTB, which is a major prophecy.
Yep.
You know, so it has to be mixed with faith. Of course, like you said. Also, another thing is repenting. You know, you can't believe these things and still be doing wicked.
Right.
I believe in the scriptures. I believe that this is going to happen, but you still out there being a wicked nigga.
And Jake being a tattoo shop, getting a cross on his
Right.
chest or whatever the hell.
Or getting the name of the Lord in Hebrew.
Right.
That's off.
Yep.
You know. Go back to prophecy.
Yeah. Oh, I want to brother.
He got he had something still too.
Yeah, kind of had a
Oh,
prison.
Yeah, his brother still had two other scriptures.
Yeah, you brought up in the beginning how the prophets were above the king.
Right. That's where we're going. Yep.
Kind. This Genesis 41, and I'm gonna start here at 12. It says, and there was there with us a young man in Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard, and we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams, because this is when Joseph, you know, was in prison. And he had the baker, and it was the king's, I believe, cup holder, you know, cupbearer. That's what it was. It's cupbearer. And basically the king had a dream, and it's gonna get into that dream. This continuing, this 12. And it reads, servant to the captain of the guard, and we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams, to each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, because they had dreams while they were in the prison, talking about the cupbearer and the baker, you know, and Joseph was able to interpret those dreams by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and told them, hey, what exactly was going to happen. Hey, and it came to pass. It says, and it came to pass as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. Yahweh shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace.
The Heavenly Father is
right.
going to give him.
Yeah, he didn't take credit.
Yeah, he said this is coming from the Heavenly Father through the
And
Spirit.
that shows you that the prophets are direct line of communication to the Heavenly Father.
Hey, and I got to make a quick point, because there's a lot of false prophets out there now that's trying to be in the stead of a prophet, but they don't understand these prophecies. They can't make them all line up to where they make sense.
And the main thing you need to have that connection is the name.
Yep.
You know, if you calling on a higher or a false name, the Lord doesn't hear you. The Lord not dealing with you. You know, he's not. You're gonna say you received the vision, but it's not from the Lord. You know.
What did Moses say? What should I tell them?
Yeah.
Who told me this stuff to tell y'all?
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, basically, I need a name to give them.
Okay.
Because I can't say it's for me.
Yeah.
He was like, tell him I am that, you know, he broke it down. It's Yahweh.
So he is.
Yeah. You know, which is powerful when you think about the concept of the name. You have more?
Kind of morning. Continuing, this is 16. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. Yahweh shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, flat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored, and lean-fleshed, such as I never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness.
Yeah, that gets into the 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine.
Okay. Kind. This is 22. And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk.
And just real quick to tie this into these modern times, now is like the time of 7 years of plenty. That came before the 7 years of famine.
Okay.
Okay, it's like into a period.
A grace.
Where now the time, a grace period. Now the time that you should be feeding yourself spiritually, getting this understanding, while the internet's on, while you can move around outside and all of this other situation. The prophets are still out there teaching.
Right.
Because when they shut this internet and martial law hits, that's when the famine of the word is going to hit. That's likened up to that 7 years of famine. And you're going to have nothing. If you got the oil, you won't have to trim your lamp. You'll have enough. I don't know if brothers have something else, but you got it.
Right.
Okay. There's 22. And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin and blasted with the east wind. Sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me.
Yeah, the time of balance. You had time of plenty is that'll make do for the rest of the time when there isn't any. So you kind of store up, so you can stretch it out over the time when you have none.
Yep.
It told the magicians of the Pharaoh, and the magicians in this day represents the false prophets.
Yep.
Because if someone could come with a vision and say, oh, you know, what does this mean? And a false prophet say, oh, that M-A-R-K means sin.
Yeah.
Or that M-A-R-K means
White women.
White women, embargo, Christianity, right? But you come to the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, what does this mean? I saw a vision and they said I won't be able to buy or sell without this thing. Oh, that's spoken of in Revelation 13. Bam, 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 here's a breakdown. And then it's now you know you're coming to a true prophet of the Lord. You're not coming to some bozo out there that's got the whole attire on, got the whole look, but they don't have the oil. Like you was talking about. They don't have the spirit.
That's how a man's dressed, not by the actual attire he's wearing, but by the understanding he has and that can articulate unto you.
Okay.
Right? That's how a man is dressed.
Yep.
You got more, right?
Okay. 25. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. Yahweh hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kine that came up after them are 7 years. And the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh.
Right, and he showed it through his prophet Joseph at that time.
Yep.
As he's showing through his prophets in today's time, he showed it unto prophets unto other kingdoms in ancient times as well. All right, so these prophecies keep. Matter of fact, I'll hit this before you get that.
Guess what? America's the modern day Egypt.
Okay.
Beautiful. This is Jeremiah 28 verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Those are all bad things.
Yeah.
Those are all things that contribute to a kingdom, a country's downfall. Look at all the kingdoms, the past kingdoms before America. They went through some type of war, some type of pestilence, some type of famine to
Peril.
to contribute to their downfall. And America is no different.
Yeah.
But the difference about America is going to be the worst ever in history. You're going to see the worst famine in the history of the world. You're going to see the worst type of pestilence. You're going to see the worst slaughter of the people in the history of the world. That's why these prophecies hold so much weight. It ain't like, okay, we telling you, Walmart and Amazon gonna go under.
Yeah.
No, we talking about the whole empire of this devil, Esau, Edom, the Rothschilds, the wicked elite of this world. Their empire is coming to an end.
Yep. It's gonna be ugly and destructive.
Right.
Yeah, if I could make a point, because Jeremiah, he's telling a false prophet this when he make that statement. He said of war, of evil, and of pestilence. We know evil means bad times. So anything that's gonna bring devastation and hardship to a society, that's part of the evils. Also war. Now we know that Babylon, America, in order for it to get its power and expansion was by war.
Yep.
It built itself based on war. We know that Babylon is going to go down by violence. So the way it
was
built is the way it's going to fall, and it's going to fall way faster than it rose.
Kind.
That's all Esau knows, violence. So shit, he got to go down by violence.
It was just saying in Ezekiel, the prophecy by the prophet Ezekiel in the 35th chapter, he said, because thou hast pursued blood, blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
Thou hast not hated blood.
Esau's not just gonna lay down and give up his kingdom.
Oh yeah, he gonna fight. That's why anyway is to go out to shed blood. So he gotta be shed by blood. Even when you go into is at the end of Numbers? Yeah, Numbers 35, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it says the land can only be cleansed by blood, by shedding the blood of him that shed it.
Yep.
So he's gotta go out bloody. Because he shed so much blood over here, just to balance back the land to what it is.
That's his clock. As the clock keeps ticking, and he realizes that his plan is not going to come to fruition, and he's actually running out of time. That's when he's going to unleash all his wrath on the earth, right? Okay. That's when he's going to say, "Hey, if I can't rule, no one else can."
Esau himself say he's running out of time. He got that doomsday clock.
Yep.
It's like 2 minutes to midnight, which means that's the end of his empire.
So he's gonna try to destroy the earth and everybody in it with nuclear weapons.
Yeah, they recently had back on the 18th. I just did a lesson on it. How at the UN summit that they just had, where they were discussing about the sustainable developmental goals of 2030, and pretty much they're saying that they want to have the execution of their plan by 2030. So that means that they want to accelerate the process leading up to that time frame, to where they want to get all these different goals completed. Where they want mass control of your resources, your energy, your food, your water, your whole life pretty much. You know, the energy, the people, they want to be able to monitor it and trace and track the people. This is the reason why they're allowing, this is one of the reasons why they're allowing the borders to be open and for people to just march on in. They're allowing the people to come in because they don't want none of the population of the world in rural areas where they can't be monitored and controlled. They don't want nobody basically being self-sufficient, living off of this grid that they're constructing. So let's move all the people in these big populous areas away from the rural areas so that we can actually have our eye on the population.
Every living soul, like the Most High's power. I was going to land back for what you said. I seen a video, but it was, you know how these TikTok videos and shit go, right?
That's all.
I can't find which one. But he was like, why is everybody coming into the country military age men?
Yeah.
Everybody, he said, where are you from? I'm from Pakistan. I'm from Mexico. I'm from India. There's from all over the world military age men coming through the South. It's not just Hispanics. Okay? And it's barely Hispanics. It's a lot of the sleeper cells. He's like, so I can go to Chicago? Like, you can go wherever you want. And he's like, really?
And another thing is a snare because you get these people over here, get them accustomed to this life, whether they're, you know, whether they're sleeper cells or not, and they say, okay, this is our new system we want to implement, and if you don't get down with it, we're going to deport you. So a lot of them are going to take it. So Esau just needs a specific number to take that MOTB, and everyone else, he's going to do away with.
I think a lot of Northern Kingdom, they're going to be part of that elect too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
In the other countries, talking about?
Here
From South America, they're coming up. You know?
He's telling people 2030, but we know he really don't mean 2030 because
He'd rather 2025 or something close.
In the span of 6-7 years, a lot can happen.
Yeah.
He don't have control of it.
That's right.
Exactly. Now here, this is from the UN website, the United Nations, and this is what the other that guy Antonio Guterres, he's the Secretary General, right? And these are some of the remarks that he actually made at the summit. He said, I welcome your agreement that the summit of the future will adopt an intergovernmentally negotiated pact for the future, reaffirming the United Nations Charter, reinvigorating multilateralism, boosting implementation of existing commitments, and agreeing on solutions to new challenges. I also welcome your decision to work towards a pact covering 5 baskets of issues: sustainable development and financing for development, internal peace and security.
Hey, that reminds me of was it First
Thessalonians 5?
Yeah.
They shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Science, technology, and innovation, and digital cooperation.
Now let's go back. The first thing you said unilateral or interlateral?
Multilateral.
Multilateral. But that means putting everybody on the same plane, basically.
He also said
New World Order.
intergovernment. That one world government.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how they're going to come up with the peace and safety, the whole one way of life that everybody could be sustainable to live under.
He said science, technology, and innovation, and digital cooperation.
Technocracy, even enforced by robots, whatever else it takes. Okay, cameras, lenses, all of these drones, all of this technology to use to make sure everybody's following the rules, upholding the system or the image.
He said digital cooperation. Getting everybody involved with digital transactions. This is why you got Whole Foods. They're going completely digital. You know, like if you want to go into certain smart foods or host like your Whole Foods, which that makes it smart food. Right? But pretty much you got to scan a QR code just to get inside.
Some stores,
Some stores, like you literally, like you're not getting in without a QR code. You know?
Isn't that the answer to all these? I just say all these people, but we know what type of people to load. You Jakes, basically. They're stealing. So you can't even come in here to steal because you can't get in.
Because
That's the answer to that.
because when you
Hey, that DC, they got that scan and go shit in DC, and people are protesting against it.
Yeah, they're going against
but
it.
you think that you make a great point because you have to scan to get in the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna know who came in the store and who came out. You can't just go in there and just steal. If you do steal, they're gonna come get you.
Yep.
So it adds another layer of control for Esau. You know, and people, and obviously that's gonna make people feel secure. You know, I can go into the store now, or I can have a business without getting robbed. Without, you know, and don't think that all the stores, Nike, all these recent department stores, they're all gonna adopt this
Method.
where you have to scan your QR code to get in the store.
It's pretty much they're gonna up the biometrics of the world basically, and they have their solution for that.
Yep.
Well, we see these people are running wild, robbing these stores, you know, looting and doing all this shit, and you know we have a trafficking crisis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, children going missing, and they showed you that with that film Sound of Freedom. You know, so why not up the biometrics data of society so that we can keep track of the people?
Yeah. Another thing that's been increasing, and really in the past year and a half, is the increase of two-factor authentication.
Yep.
You know, that's been huge.
You get a message to your email, phone, or something. Yeah, I've done things where I don't even need no password anymore.
Yep.
I just do the two-factor thing and you logged in. You know, so it really takes away the human control of these certain apps or websites you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
It says youth and future generations, and that's pretty much working on their minds, you know, by mind programming them through their you know, the brainwashing of the school system,
Social media.
You know, the LGBTQ, you know, pushing that agenda on the children, and it says transforming global governance.
Global. Not just
Government, we know means control.
not just concentrated on America, but global. They want this to go global.
World.
Global control sounds like world control.
Yeah,
That's
movements,
And
orders.
it's centralized.
Those.
you know, down to one entity. It's not the Arabs have control over this area, the Russians have control over this area, the Asians have control over this area, Americans have control over this and this and this areas. No, one entity will have all the control,
Right.
and it's coming down to the so-called Illuminati, right? And their complete world control, because which was the blessing that they didn't get, that they trying to make a pseudo version of. Okay, but you need the prophet to break that down. You got it.
Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
I would say the wine is that philosophies, and the article the brother's reading is part of that wine, where they're going to give you this illusion that everything that's happening is good for you, it's going to protect you, but at the end of the day, it's to your destruction. But it's part of that wine where you didn't drunk it, and it makes you feel good, but by the time you realize you're despaired and you out of it, it's too fucking late. You didn't got the MARK, and you just pretty much waiting on the missile.
Verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with that loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark.
Image is that system, that the philosophy and technocracy put together of the world governance and control. Go ahead.
If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
That's the judgment for taking that. That's the judgment for submitting to this system. You know, that's a judgment for trying to save your life in this life. Okay, instead of putting faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, instead of you know resisting the devil, resisting your flesh ultimately, because your flesh is gonna tell you, I gotta eat, I need to take this, I need this job, I need, you know, I gotta get to work, and your flesh is gonna tell you need all these things, but the Heavenly Father knows what we need. That's when we have to rely and depend on Him. You know.
Well, it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and all these things shall be added unto you." Right. The Lord you supposed to depend on the Lord to provide for you, not go run to this badge of servitude from your enemy, because then you denouncing Yahweh Shem Shai as your power.
I got something.
It is more critical. Okay. I got bring scriptures in.
There's Jeremiah 51:6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense."
He said flee, not physically flee out of the midst of Babylon, spiritually. In your mind, you have to flee this place where you know it's going to be destroyed. So you don't put any stock into this place. You're not trying to invest in, you know, I want to have a business, and you know, this is going to be my 401k or my pension, or this is going to be my kids' college fund. You got to you got to flee from the midst of Babylon, this place.
Yeah.
What is it, Revelation 18, where it says in her, is it Revelation? In
Yeah,
her
at the
were
end,
found the souls
souls
of
of
man.
men. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, it's like you're gonna have to sell out. You're gonna have to, how they say, you're gonna have to sell your soul to get a meal.
And that's the hour of temptation in a nutshell.
That's why it says, deliver every man his soul. It's gonna come down to that, to where you're gonna have to sell out in order to eat.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna become a bot for the beast.
Yeah, right, for the beast.
You're gonna be a bot of the beast. You know, like basically, you're gonna be subject to annual lockdowns, annual boost mobiles.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna be subject to, you know, everywhere you go, you gotta put your hand to a kiosk and be read like you're a computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You got to check in everywhere.
you gotta everywhere you go.
Yeah, I wanted to land back on the flee out of the midst of Babylon. That means if you believe in this truth, believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, the Lord said He gonna pick you up. If you order an Uber, you know, if you order an Uber, you know that Uber gonna come pick you up, man.
Right.
when the time comes, man. You know, so you gotta have ultimate faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. Is He's gonna come pick you up before He destroys us, right?
And what was the evidence of what you read in there when that indignation with fire and brimstone was showing up?
Yep.
He said it'll be in the presence of the holy angels in the land. That's the vehicles. They'll be above in the vehicles to get you out to rescue, to pick you up, basically.
That's the deliverance.
To rescue out of here. That's the deliverance. So the deliverance is sitting right there as well. When you read about it in when it puts it together in Daniel the 12th chapter, and it says Michael is going to be protecting you and all of this. He's going to stand up for the people. And in a time like it never was since there was a nation on the planet, a great time of destruction. He said, and at that time shall thy people, my people, be delivered. It's showing you that destruction and deliverance is almost simultaneous. Right. Where the greatest destruction is happening, that's when your faith had been proven to not sell your soul and sell out to where you're getting picked up now.
Right.
Yeah, because Jacob getting ain't mine. Oh, America's been destroyed. I gotta leave.
Yeah.
No, it ain't. There's no way you can. We just said global. We just said global. You ain't got no spaceship.
Hey, if you're an asshole, wicked ass person, you gonna get judged, man.
Yes,
It don't matter if you over here at Great Babylon or you in fucking goddamn in Mount Everest some damn where. You know? It don't matter, man. The Lord's come to judge everybody on the planet Earth. Man.
I'm gonna land back with you, with Brothers Red. This is Micah 2:10, of course, right?
Mhm.
It says, "Arise ye and depart." It's not talking about physically arise and depart. Gird up thy loins on the inside and depart mentally.
Because physically departing, that's easy.
Yeah.
You can set up, pack all your shit and go to another country. You could literally flee.
Can't run from judgment, man.
You can't run from your kind. You can't run from your judgment. The Lord, He wants you to flee spiritually, mentally, and that's for some a lot of Jakes that's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to move. You know, another thing is to condition your mind to you know to live a certain way, to you know not do this and not do that. You know, that's the straight gate. The broad way would be, hey, we can just pack up and let's move and let's leave. No, that's the broad way. The straight way is actually living it, dealing with the shit, and but still, not being attached, being able to flee your mind and your spirit.
Well, see, there's nowhere you can run to.
Right.
It's so bad down
Yeah.
where the northern tribes are that they're running their asses up here.
It was already.
So where you think you finna go?
It was already a third world country.
Yeah.
Before this is coming, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Jakes fleeing to Thailand and Bali, and you know,
They was gonna be some of the first countries to implement this system, and they ain't a lot of these I don't say Asian countries. They don't give you no time like America to kind of gradually bring you into shit. They like, hey, yo, this is what it's gonna be. Hey, come Monday, this is what it is. You don't like it, your ass going in their prison. You know, these other countries, they look how fast China implemented their system, the facial recognition, cashless, and they got a fucking over 1 billion people.
Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore.
yeah, they don't have
They'll
a
beat
second
your ass if you
amendment
litter
over
out
there.
there. They got them. They really got somewhat draconian laws, you know, to a certain extent. So over in these other countries where Jake is trying to flee passport bros, they gonna push that shit even harder on you.
It's completely Orwellian over there.
Yeah.
I was say this is the only place that them so-called freedoms are really in place. Everywhere had a god or a set of rules or something that was imposed upon the people. Okay, this is the only place, and that's why the countries hate when America goes gallivanting all over the world trying to talk about democracy. Like, no, we don't want our people to have free minds and be free thinkers, to be all corrupt like you guys over there. Okay, so this is the only place that has that.
America's a bad influence to the other nations,
Exactly.
to their women, to their kids.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
we got rules that they grew up, the culture that they live by. When you show up and tell them they don't have to do that, they can do it. Do it that way. Yeah, I was going to do this real quick. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. It is going to destroy you mentally. Hey, a lot of people can't make it out of this place or can't come into the truth because they've been in Babylon too long. They've been in the state of confusion that this place brings for too long. Okay, that they can't escape. They can't see not going to work, not getting a check, not being in the ghetto, not eating certain foods. Okay, they can't see believing in something that they can't see tangibly.
Yeah, they dead from the neck up.
Yep.
they know that this devil is out to kill them, and yet they still went out and bought the 1 cent cheeseburger.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
1 cent cheeseburger. What did McDonald's have? 5 cents?
Yeah. 50 cents.
Double cheeseburger, double
Yeah.
bacon cheeseburger.
Like, bro, why are you eating that shit? You know it's fake.
They literally know.
Yeah,
bro.
one lady said, yeah, this what she say, this
50
process.
cent, this lab meat. Or
This
something
lab
like
meat.
that.
Bro, and then she start coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch down there talking.
It was not just her. Another dude ate the fucking burger, started coughing too.
Yeah, coughing, throwing up. I said, man, I've been shitting for 2 hours straight.
Yeah, so Jake like that, they're gonna die over here, man. Okay, they need that.
They're gonna get rubbed out.
Yeah,
Yep.
they need to get burnt out.
It's
I want to make a point though, real quick, on the article that this brother read.
It's actually from the UN site.
Yeah, this is from the UN site, right? So you ask the average person, average Jake, how does this is why you need the prophets. This is to show you the power of the prophets. You ask the average Jake, how does this pertain to you? What is this? How does this affect you? All the way over here in LA or Compton or Dallas, wherever the fuck you from, right? How does this affect you directly? Shit, I don't know. It don't affect you. That's why you need the prophets.
I'll deal with it when it gets
to give you the breakdown, to show you the correlation, how these events that these wicked councils, these secret councils of the wicked, how they affect you
64.
directly. You know, all this shit that's going on the other side of the world, and where these devils meet up in Davos and all that shit, that affects you directly. Mainly you Jakes directly here in America. But without the prophets, without the vision from the prophets, you don't you just looking at it like, oh, this is just the news.
It's like a big ass puzzle that you just don't even know what goes where. But we come and put the puzzle into perspective and start putting pieces together so you can see it. Now, is it all the whole puzzle put together? No, but you can visually see big chunks of all the pieces coming together. We're just a few pieces, a few prophecies away from connecting everything together where you can see the whole thing. But we have to tell you about it before it's all put together, so you can prepare yourself before it's put together.
That's exactly why it says where there's no vision, people perish.
Right.
Yeah.
Because our people are considered sheep, man. Which sheep are very simple. Sheep need to be led. It's like a group of sheep with no shepherd. They're just gonna be walking in circles, running into the fence. They're not gonna be.
Hey, Cherry.
Wait. I just had.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, man. Our people are like sheep, man. They're very simple and they need to be led. They need to be guided.
And that's why it's so easy for Esau to lead them.
Yeah.
Because they seek not the prophets. Hey, when we go into what's that, 2 Chronicles 36, it said they misuse the prophets. That's what Jake does. So when they have their men that look like them, in these specific cities on the highways and hedges, as we being led through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, they disregard it.
Yeah, there's more to this. You got more on what you got. It says the member states will decide what to take forward within these 5 groups of issues into the pact for the future. So this is how proud they are. They really feel as though they're going to be here long enough to dictate their future. So they're going to have all this time to just craft, all these systemic, developments, and they're going to have they're going to be completely successful with it. So they just got to and that's why the scriptures talk about the pride of Esau, man. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
Yeah.
They really think that they're just gonna just lay this shit out and it's just gonna be easy. There ain't gonna be no monkey wrenches thrown in.
Resistance.
Ain't gonna be no resistance from the people. Second Edges 15 and 16.
Yeah.
People are gonna rise up.
Yeah.
Not everybody's in agreement with what the hell you devils are trying to do.
Right.
That's where the sedition is gonna come in. That's when you're gonna see the uprisings, the seditions, the insurrections. You're gonna see those things take place. Because not everybody's in agreement with that, man.
And a lot of people are beginning to open their eyes, and of course these nations are sobering up. They have sobered up to the bullshit of Esau, as the scripture says. But a lot of these people here in America are opening their eyes to see, something ain't right. We don't trust you. We took that jab, and now look at us. It's everyone. A lot of people are waking up. The average nigga knows what the Illuminati is about.
That platform, just to back you up, that platform, America's Best Videos and Memes or whatever it's called, something like that. It's a lot of Edomites, American Edomites on there that's woke. Like they see the shit, they're calling it out. Like if you need a video about the JAB or the MOTB it's on there, man. They're talking about the corruption in the White House, all of this stuff. It's on there now. It's a lot of pro-Trump shit too. Yeah. But you can sift through some of that to get to where some good stuff.
Man, that's a good point, because what are these Edomites doing when they see these things happen? What do?
Go bearing arms, stocking up.
They revert right back to their blessing.
Yep.
But you niggas, y'all take that same heat and do the same thing. That's not our blessing.
Make light of
it. They make light of it, act like, oh, it's not gonna happen. We have the police and military. These Edomites, they're going what they know best. You Israelites need to go to what is our protection, which is Yahweh Shem Al Shai, starting with your faith, starting with repenting. Because you can't have no protection without repentance.
And when that come to pass, when those uproars that the brother was speaking about come to pass, you gonna know it's a difference, that it's prophecy, because the key word insurrection, man. There's many protests that have went on. That's considered an uprising, but it's gonna be a violent uprising, right? Which is the definition of insurrection. It's gonna be bloodshed.
Yeah, we're headed there, because now literally everybody's mad, everybody's upset, because now you can't afford shit in this place.
Yeah.
You can't afford nothing. Everything's fucking expensive. Everything's overpriced. People are not making enough money. So now everybody's upset.
Yeah.
Little by little, your savings accounts are being depleted on purpose. People are having to go into their retirement funds. That's being depleted. So they're depleting your savings. They're making you run out of money on purpose. More and more people are living paycheck to paycheck. So you start taking away people's lifestyles and their you know, the shit they were accustomed to doing. Guess what? Now you're gonna have people that are gonna fucking go after you.
Yeah. Hey, you've had the past 2-3 years, they gradually dried out the middle class. So a lot of people that was living the middle class life, they're now living amongst the poor. Them are the main ones that's gonna really take it there, because they felt like they lost too much.
They feel they put so much out, put so much forward to, you know, try to make it and got a retirement 401k, and they fucking live in check to check.
Bro, that's a spirit.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Why am I working 60 hours a week? Why am I having to work 60 hours a week and I still don't have enough?
You think about this. Say you make $25 an hour, but and it costs you $60 to get to work off gas, right? So they raise gas. They just cut your $25 into $20 an hour. Not to mention taxes. So you as they raise the I'll say commodities, the
price.
The prices of gas and necessities, that lowers your actual base pay of whatever you make. That lowers your salary or your hourly rate. So you thinking I got a good job making 30 something an hour, and you really, in actuality, you only making 20.
So you got these strikes. Strikes going on. UAW. You know, I just heard another company's about to go on strike. You know, another big company. I forgot what. You know, I can't think off the top of my head. But
one was yellow.
Another major
yellow
company's going on strike.
They went under.
So it's gonna be a snowball effect. Man. You know, you're not making enough to survive, man.
Hey,
Everything that the brothers are mentioning, these are all signs of a collapse. This is a societal collapse that's happening, the crumbling of an empire. When all these things start to become very noticeable, people starting to figure it out, and they're crying out, they're complaining, they're feeling the effects of a crumbling empire. That's what they're experiencing. Okay, and the scriptures tell you that. All right, you're gonna have somebody can get it. Second Ezra, the 9th chapter. Matter of fact, somebody go to it in the GNT.
I got some. You want me to get that scripture first? I got some news, some titles I want to read of several different strikes around the world, at least America. You can read. You want to read it first? Read the scripture that you.
Second Ezra 9 in the GNT, and also somebody get Nahum 3:19, but in the blue letter. And I want you to go to the NASB 20 translation. Go to that one.
Yeah, it's another thing as well as what you were saying too, bro. Hey, these are the same patterns in which the previous Roman Empire fell. You know, hey, the devaluing of the money, and then the people in this society, they'll tell the government and beg, we'll raise minimum wage. Hey, well, raising minimum wage only raises the price of living as well.
Bro, you got people complaining, right? But yeah, you watch these fucking football games, sell out. Sell out after sell out. The stadiums are packed, bro.
And that's it.
And that shit is expensive.
Yeah.
Everybody living above their means right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Everybody.
Credit cards.
Like old girl too. Another thing is these people so simple. They don't want to lower their way of life.
Yep.
Like the chick, she was making $34 an hour.
Bro.
Like, bro, a lot of people wish they was making that much, but she's not willing to, humble herself.
I'm making all the way
take
to
less.
on 34.
But these people are. That's what's gonna make these people more mad, because they don't want to give that up.
What that? Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered, consider all these things.
Jeremiah 51 as well.
You know the translation?
No, just KJV. Jeremiah 51 and 8.
Yeah.
It says, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, I told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Most High Power, Yahweh, will bring judgment on the world he has created.
We're seeing that now. He's bringing judgment on the world. Devastating earthquakes taking out thousands of people, floods killing tens of thousands of people, wildfires.
That's just a warm up.
This is just the beginning, man. This is the Lord just it's on simmer, you know, it's on low. The Lord's slowly but surely turning the knob. All right, you're gonna start to really feel it, man. I mean, shit, dude, you already complaining, you already protesting, and you just now feeling some of it.
There's a saying that says, how do you kill a frog? How do you cook a frog or something like that? You gotta turn it up slowly so he don't jump out.
Gradualism.
Gradualism. Yeah, it goes to gradualism so he don't jump out if you go too hot too fast. So they gradually increase it before you know it, the motherfucker cooked. You just got a little warm. Before you know it, it's boiling, he in there dead.
Yeah.
That's the way the society's turning up on you. I got it.
Verse 3. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions,
Earthquakes, national rebellions. You're gonna see that. You had over there Niger. They was rising up against the French over there. You have the Dutch in the Netherlands, the farmers, you know, because they were protesting about the nitrogen that they were banning because they use it to form, and they were trying to ban that for that whole green energy, solar energy, climate agenda.
But the nitrogen, if you know anything, that helps the plants grow.
Yep.
That's exactly what they. Yeah. They were they banned it.
Help the crops.
So the people said fuck it, and they parked their tractors and shit.
Phosphorus.
And it was like fuck it, nobody eats dinner. You know, that's just what. But you're gonna see more of that, man.
Yep.
All right, military coups, all that, rebelling against your government, attacks on mayors, governors.
Yeah.
Hey, truckers in America, they're not happy anymore, man. They're being overworked and underpaid.
Yeah.
Truckers were never happy, but now
No, shit. Back then, 30 years ago, being a trucker was like, damn, that motherfucker making money. Now, it's like, nah.
And they want more from the truckers. Like I seen a video where this guy, he pulled in after and they wanted him to download the truck too.
The tires?
Tires, yeah, you see that shit? This motherfucker's crazy. It was like
A full semi,
a 24-foot truck or longer.
with tires, and they wanted him to unload it by himself
And here's the other part too.
after he just drove out.
All of that work and that drive. This is something that you gotta know. That drive, but there's all kinds of natural disasters and shit happening too. They gotta drive through that shit. That's, you know what kind of stress that is. Our driver where I work, he was like,
rolls and shit.
"Hey man,
You gotta be alert. You can't be on no autopilot shit.
dude, you gotta be.
You can kill
locked in.
yourself, kill people around you.
Kill up the whole highway.
Man.
Come on.
yeah, drive through the winter through the Midwest.
Exactly.
After a
Tornado
snowstorm,
be swept
you'll
you
see a
off.
shitload of semi trucks, cars all on the fucking side, flipped over.
We've seen accidents
God
like
damn.
that where hundreds of cars fucking start slamming into
Yep.
each other, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't
Because
stop.
the roads are
Truck.
icy and shit.
And you a truck, it's smog or whatever, a snow cloud, and you going through it, thinking you can see the highway, and they don't know it. It's
So
lining up.
You say all of that stuff. Now add this
And
element.
then you don't got the money.
No, but add this element. You the only food truck with food coming in.
Right.
So you got that element of people
Need it.
may rob you, may stick you up. You as a truck driver, you make yourself a target
Yep.
because the thing in your cargo, it could be medical supplies, it could be food.
Yep.
People will kill you for that.
Oh yeah.
When you said,
Electronics, all
Yeah.
that.
and
Niggas.
when you said earlier, we were talking about how if you can't get in the store, you just SOL, right? If you don't scan your QR code to get into the store. Well, the next most vulnerable spot to catch you coming out the store, or catch it going in the store, which brings you back to the truckers.
They gonna cut it. Why? We ain't gonna wait till we get to the store. We gonna cut it off on the
Cut it off
highway.
on the highway with no one's paying attention, in the middle of the desert somewhere.
Trucker ain't about to risk his life for even if it is whatever they make an hour. They say it's $120 an hour. They ain't gonna risk their life for that shit.
Right, it ain't working. You got
Continuing, it says, there will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers.
Yeah.
both.
Mike,
Confused
Mike
and
is
unstable.
fucked up. They cut his mic off, man.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah.
When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what Yahweh, the Most High, has spoken about since the beginning of creation.
Showing what? That he declares the end from the beginning, like we established earlier. Okay? And are we not seeing these things?
Mm-hmm.
Are we not seeing these? Are we not reading about these in the reports? These things are constantly happening. Every day you wake up. You know? So, hey. This is why the scriptures say, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man. We're literally living the word.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, God.
We'll finish it. It says, the beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. The same is true in the world above.
Or obvious. Like,
Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they end.
That's it, man. I think I called for Jeremiah.
Yeah.
51, and then we can get the one in Nahum.
you got
Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
what I was gonna say was, I think in verse 6 it tells you to flee what the brother quoted earlier. So you gotta miss the Babylon.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make the point, but you don't have to be just that's what you want.
It says, "How for her take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. He would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her."
Yes. What the Lord did to this place is incurable.
God.
And that's what 7 says that
There's nothing you can do to restore this place back to its glory days. Everything is from here on out. It's what it's gonna be.
Bro.
4 days of America was like the 50s.
Yeah,
That was it.
It started kind
the
of
cities, the big
Esau.
cities stuff.
kind of on his downfall when Abba Bivens came on the scene. It seemed like it started to decline.
After World War II, it started down. Until
Precepts and said that 2nd Ezra 16:8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Things you can do.
Yeah, you stay here.
You know what I mean? You just pay attention to just like even things like the deterioration of morale especially here in the West. People do not give two shits about being moral. They don't care about having integrity. They don't have any compassion. People are not reasonable no more. You know, so a society when most people are mentally corrupt like that, it's not gonna, it can't live long. You know, it can't carry on. Everybody's into their self. Everybody's into self-indulgence, pleasure,
Self-gratification.
self-gratification.
Glorification.
Yeah, man.
You should be glory about.
All the women slutting themselves out, no consequences. Prostitution is up super high. All right.
Like not even.
No, marriage is damn near about to be non-existent. You know, the young, the youth, look at their influences.
Generates.
It's through. It's through.
Right. If you had to see a place or a society that's on its way out, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
This is clearly it. Like you can't. There's no way you can say, "Oh, we all right."
It
It's
is.
cool. It's fucked up.
God.
Everyone can see it except the people living in it.
Yeah, the normalcy
Like,
bias.
like before, how the nations would look upon America like they can go over there and make money.
Yep.
Like, okay, this is a gold mine. And so all the nations come here, they make commerce, but now all the nations can see looking from the outside. Yeah, that shit, nah.
Hey, Jeremiah said the Lord hold this place up as a golden cup.
Yeah,
That was verse 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
come.
the milk is spoiled and that honey ain't so sweet no more.
Yeah, come.
Yeah, the Lord lifting up. That's the Lord, uncovering the thigh. Making
Make bare the leg.
yeah. I will lift
So
up
it's
the
truthful
skirts
to
up the skirts.
upon your face.
And everybody that come here, they can see like, oh, hell no.
Come.
Your press secretary is a
Bro.
carpet muncher.
Yep.
Your dyke.
What about the one that's a cross-dresser?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
general.
that's
The
a
military.
General, yeah.
That's
Like a
the
military general or some shit.
Now I know the world the health top
Yeah,
is
yeah,
is
There's a
a
few
yeah.
of them. There's a few of them.
Damn, that's
In your government, in amongst your leadership.
yeah.
That's where that's where America's at.
You know it's all bad when a bunch of freaks, moles, pedos run the show.
Yeah,
It said the woman of the year
yeah.
who wasn't born a woman.
Come. He
This
did.
America was a transmission.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know this place is finished.
I sent a article basically speaking about how economists was
You sent it?
yeah, they were talking about how basically a couple years ago they were saying that the growth of America in this time was going to be like great, but in the first paragraph it says that they seen that the growth of America was anemic, right? And when I read it, I was like, dang, anemic, because that means low on iron.
Yep.
And when we go back to the image in Daniel,
Oh, yeah,
the scriptures
part
talk
iron
part
and
iron
part
and part clay, bro.
This is that clay.
Yeah, so I was like, oh
Iron.
shit,
Yeah.
like they don't even know what they just said right there, you know?
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15 in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? You force your cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness. But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced.
Disgraced.
Come, drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment.
Like for example, these nations, some of the representatives of these nations, they'll get up on a public platform and they'll talk about their environmental issues that they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, you had the Uganda, one of those countries where they was basically discussing their disapproval of the West's spread of their that rainbow agenda, right? And after that happened, then all of a sudden you're hearing about power outages,
Okay.
bank freezes, and stuff like that going on. Because pretty much when you say I don't want nothing in that cup, I don't drink that shit. It's not good for me. I don't want it. That's what she put a gun to your head.
Yeah.
That's what she, she'll send somebody to do something to you.
They'll cut your
Oh
power
yeah,
off.
what they call economic hitman,
Con,
shit like that. Yeah.
con.
But nowadays, he's also eager to push that agenda. They're gonna just they'll just shoot some drones on you,
Yeah.
and
Cut the cameras.
yeah, cut off
But you got leaders that's coming out and they're pretty much disgracing America. All right. What's his name? Dmitry Medvedev. He was the former president of Russia.
Yeah.
He always comes out and talk about how America is they're the ones that's perpetuating this war.
Okay.
They're the ones that's going to cause basically humanity to die off because they're fabricating this war. You'll hear a representative of China, North Korea, like all these different countries. They're pretty much getting sick and tired of the West.
Okay.
Even European allies. So that's what that's going into. You're being shamed. The nations are seeing you shamed.
So let me finish it. It says,
You got the NSAB.
it says verse 16, come, drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame.
All your glory will be turned into shame. You know, like basically this place is one big, it went from being the most intimidating, most respected, influential kingdom to now just a complete embarrassment, a joke.
Yeah, now that America done got Trump on the same thing that they've been passing around the room. They was the only one kind of sober getting over.
Yeah.
Now in America drunk, they look the worst.
Yeah.
This place looked worse than everywhere else. Famine hit a little bit, little economic troubles hit, a few uprisings, and it looked way worse over here than any other place.
And it's a big spectacle. You know, look at your president. Every time we see him, he don't even know where he at.
Yeah.
He don't know what's going on. You know?
You don't know if it's because he's senile or because he's a robot. You don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Going on with some shit.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
And then your VP, you don't ever really hardly hear
You
nothing
can't
from
put
her.
her in front of the camera.
You don't know where
She
the fuck
fucks
she
up
at.
every time she says.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that senator that falls asleep mid-conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just stands there like a fucking
Look
corpse.
like his spirit is leaving.
And then it
He has to
returns.
wait for it to come back.
It comes
Then
back
it-
like
and then it
5
comes
minutes
right
later.
back to
bro,
him.
like,
Yeah, man.
the nation see that.
Yeah.
The other people of the world
They see
see
it.
that, and you think they're like, oh man, we need to do something, but we need to help them. No, man,
No,
they're
no.
fucking rejoicing. Man.
They're even
like-
looking at your military. They realize that for the service, they're getting low recruits.
Yeah.
Their recruitment rate is low. Nobody's fucking volunteering to sign up and want to. What the fuck they finna defend?
Right.
But if I'm gonna go out there and defend this shithole with my life, but back at home,
I ain't prospering. My family ain't prospering.
family living paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
You're forcing this queer shit down my child's throat.
Yep.
You're telling me that if I don't allow my child to make that decision, that surgical decision, that you could take my kid from me. You know?
And here's the cold part. If it's a decision of that type of consequence, it's not about not making it. They want you to make it.
Yeah.
That's really what they're pushing. That we're opening it up so you can make that decision, not so you don't make it. I was gonna say also what you're saying. The world looks at America like it's the
Go get the scripture. Nahum,
Nahum 3 and
19.
verse 19 and NASB 20, which it reads, "There is no release for your collapse."
There's no relief of your collapse. We're in the midst of a collapse right now. There's no relief for that. They can't put no quantitative easing into it. You know, there's no relief plan for you. All right. The powers that be, they created this bubble for you. Okay. And it's gonna lead to that transition. So things are gonna get worse from here on out. All right, the travail, you know, the birth pains. You're gonna continue to feel that, man. Like it says in Isaiah about the worms spread.
That's what I was going there.
Yeah, the
what
worms covered thee.
What I messed up on was to have thou become weak as we. And when it says that in there, but yeah, I'm in that chapter right now.
Yeah, man. It's growing weaker and weaker. The nations they're boasting themselves. They're getting more and more proud the more they make these deals with each other.
Okay.
And dumping all these billions of dollars at U.S. treasuries.
Yeah.
They like, man, fuck that place, man. We're gonna continue to do what we do. You know. We have, you know, our own solutions. You know.
Yeah, because they're losing confidence in America
Yeah.
and the currency.
And we're not going to subject ourselves to all this economic bullying. So we gotta, because we do something that they don't like, we gotta get sanctions slapped on us.
Every time.
So we're gonna create something around that.
Okay.
That's what the
Bricks.
bricks.
That's exactly what that is. All right.
And I hit this right quick. Go right now. Just two of the verses. Verse 9, this is Isaiah 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. Showing you that this is a destruction that's coming to meet this kingdom, so to speak. Okay? You can't escape it. It's not just like, oh, these nations are rising up. It's a destruction from the Heavenly Father that's set up against you, right? This is it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Showing you that America's on the decline, man, and the world sees it. Nobody trusts this place. This place is still trying to pull strong arm deals, but you ain't strong no more. Okay, and the world, so they're like, fuck it, man. We just gonna go deal with Russia, who's honorable. We just gonna go around you and continue to f your system up.
Yeah, like
I'll stop there.
when these third world countries that's struggling, whenever they have a puppet leader, who do they always go and cry out to? They want Russia to intervene, and that's according to Ezekiel 38 chapter. There will be a guard unto those different countries, man. You know, the African countries, they look into Russia.
Yep.
Haiti down there, they was looking to Russian intervention. Huh?
It's an ally with Russia. That was Palestine. Not Palestine. No. Who's the ones that be going at the small house all the time?
Pakistan.
Iran.
No, Pakistan.
No.
Iran.
They go at them, but
Turkey?
Syria. It's all
Syria. Yeah.
Syria.
Yeah, they,
Which really that is
That was the whole region.
Syria. That's pretty much
All of them, bro.
that's pretty much the Iranian proxy war with Israel. You know, but yeah, man. So this, and that's what Obadiah, where it says, "I will make you small among the heathen; thou art greatly despised." That's what we see happen. All right, they see that you're the common denominator of why shit is going to shit all over the world, man. Because you're not a keeper at home.
they
You
make,
enlarge your desire as hell and as death. You cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, unsatiable, yep.
they make deals with these nations and then back out the deal, you know. So they've done that, you know, numerous times, and these nations, they're not looking to make those deals with America no more.
Shit, America about to cut ties with Ukraine, man.
Yeah.
About to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all that money, all that $1 billion of aid and weaponry that they give it to you, and Russia ain't even have to really flex a muscle like that
Russia didn't even have a chink in their armor.
at all. You know? So it was like, all that money? And then that's why Zelensky got up there and started whining and crying and shit, pleading.
Motherfucker still has the nerve to come over here and ask for more money, bro.
That shit,
You know?
that shit going to politicians, you know, whatever.
Laboratories over there.
Yeah.
Shit ain't going to no war.
America's quick to help out these other countries, but it gets $700 to Hawaii victims, bro.
Yeah.
After they evicted the ones that didn't lose their house.
Yeah.
Cold blood, man. You was to read.
Nahum 3, 19, in the NASB 20. It reads, "There is no release for your collapse. Your wound is incurable. All who hear about you
And
will."
when they said that deadly wound is healed, this one ain't gonna be able to be healed. It said it would have healed Babylon, the second Roman Empire, but Babylon the Great. But now the wound is incurable.
All who hear about you will clap their hands over you For upon whom has your evil not come continually?
Who has in this world? Who haven't you not corrupted?
Right.
You know, who have you not basically backstabbed? It ain't a country, even the allies, and a lot of your allies were kind of forced into those relationships. You know, they didn't have a choice. But now, hey, people are, you know, these countries, they have a choice now because they, you know, a lot of them grown balls. You know, a lot of them, that's the weak saying I'm strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, well, no, we don't. That deal doesn't work best for us. So, you know, we don't want no part of that. Or we don't want our women and our kids, you know, a part of this whole agenda that you're trying to push. They have a choice now. Before they didn't have a choice. It's like, okay, well, we'll do it. You know.
Yeah, but you're getting slutted out
Right.
by this place.
Psalms 10:6. He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. That's like the mindset of a bully. You know, I'm gonna be on top forever. But it's like, you know, America as that bully, you know, grew up and got fat and sloppy and out of shape. And the one he was bullying, you know, grew up, got his money right, started doing martial arts, and now he's like, I ain't going for that shit no more.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai's and stuff.
Also, America as a woman, for a while, America was an attractive young woman. You know, she managed to get everybody in bed with her. You know, everybody wanted to have a turn. You know, with America. But they realized, like, just like men are waking up to these fucking women nowadays, that they're nothing but a pit, you know, and a snare. That's how the world is waking up to America. Like, fuck that place, man. I don't want to be married to your ass. I don't want to be in no relationship with your ass. Bottom line, you know, you damn witch. It is what it is, you know. That's what it
say. The scriptures back that up. Yeah.
You know.
And then when they lay down with her, it's like they got burnt.
Yeah.
It looked good from the outside, but it wasn't as beneficial as they thought it was.
Well, that's why going back in Jeremiah 51, let every man flee to his own country. You know, because our judgments reach unto
Heaven.
the heavens, man. Yeah, this place is through, and that's what the prophets, the true prophets, are going to declare. All right, prophesy against many countries and kingdoms, man. And this society is through. All right, it's not going to bounce back. You know, you should be looking forward to this place going down, because the kingdom of heaven is going to come up.
Right. Yep.
It's going to go up, man. All right. Yep.
Revelation 17:1. There came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Yep. Right, because you got, like, I'm trying to remember what country was that where they they jailed a woman because she what did she do?
I think was it recent?
It was recent.
I think I seen that headline too. She got some time.
Yeah, she did. So I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but
What did she
basically
do? Yeah.
you could tell she was Americanized. She went over there and did some stupid shit.
Yeah.
I think it, no,
Was it
not Dubai.
It was somewhere over there though.
Saudi Arabia.
I think so.
Yeah, it was in, I think it was in the Middle East. I saw the title too.
Somewhere in the Middle East. But she was, you know, crying and shit, you know, acting like she's
Innocent.
a victim. No. That was another incident where the end-up went over to Dubai and she started talking shit.
Okay, so
It was
But it was another.
It was another.
It was somebody from over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And they put her ass in the cage, man.
I know I think it wasn't Russia. It was some country, but it was two women from there. They was twerking on a soldier's gravesite,
Go ahead.
and they got their ass. They took them to prison.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. See, shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
She got jailed shit. Saudi Arabia sentenced schoolgirl to 18 years in prison over tweets.
Over tweets, bro.
Yeah, that was a couple months, like a month ago, maybe.
Shit, this happened.
Now, when Saudi Arabia was doing deals with America, you know, America, you know, that probably wouldn't happen, man.
Before
You
the
know?
deals, yeah.
But now Saudi Arabia, they joined with Russia, and Saudi Arabia can, you know, they basically the men of Saudi Arabia can put their foot down on the women out there, man.
Yep.
Because the women, man, they got the philosophy of America, man.
Drink that wine.
You know, because America was buying all the oil from Saudi Arabia.
Coming on.
You know, that's one of the philosophies of America, the currency, the American dollar. And it comes with that all the wicked ass ideologies America push.
Feminism,
You know? See? Yeah.
women's lib. So it emboldens those women to be out of order. Because the women over here, they don't have to be in order. Over there, the men don't play that shit.
Nope.
You got to be in order. But they get that you know, they get that influence from the West and think that we should be able to move like that over here. No.
Because really, the American dollar, the women over here, American dollar really boosts their head up. You take their fucking jobs away from these women, man. You know, they gonna be humble, man.
Cleaning up.
You know?
This one says Saudi woman handed 34-year prison sentence for following kingdom's critics on Twitter. Saudi woman has been sentenced to 34 years in prison for having a Twitter account and for following and retweeting the critics of the kingdom. So I don't know what the kingdom is, but shit.
That's called Saudi Arabia, the kingdom.
Oh, okay.
That movie, The Kingdom, James
Yeah,
Bond, that's in Saudi Arabia.
It's
Okay.
from their perspective.
Yeah, they call it the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
34 years for having a Twitter
account.
Twitter.
Hey, think about how drunk the Israelites have been made here in America, bro. These other people from these other nations around the world, they drunk too, you know? But how much more here, bro?
Yeah.
And it's what the scripture say, Habakkuk 1:4, the law is slack, not to is that how it goes? Righteous judgment never go forth. If that happened over here, there wouldn't be no people with no Twitter accounts or you know, just out of order shit. But I bet ain't no women over there in Saudi Arabia, when they think about signing up for Twitter, they think, in the back of their mind, they thinking about this lady that went to jail for 34 years. That's her life.
Oh,
Yeah, they weeding out all the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, crimes like adultery.
Yeah.
Man, they get
Over there, adultery is taken serious. You know,
Yeah.
it's like they get fucking publicly fucking rocked and stoned. You know.
Yeah.
I seen a video of this dude. This was over in the Middle East. His wife just texted another man, and he ain't stoned her, but he whooped her ass though.
Yeah.
Just as an example.
She got off light then.
Yeah, she got off light. She supposed to get put to death.
And then over here, that's outrageous. You put the man in jail for assault matter.
Yep.
And what was who sent that video of the man like that? She showed too much skin. I can't control myself.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
Bro,
India.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
India. Yeah.
Bro,
Elon
just
Musk.
for, like the consequences.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking about that. I sent it.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember who said it, but yeah, just for being scantily clad, man, you get
That's
the
like
ultimate
culture out
penalty.
Yeah.
There's videos of like it'll be like
Yeah.
a real nice chick out there, and there'll be like 100 fucking hundred
Yeah.
roping, you know.
Elon wild like
Yeah. What the fuck you doing over there?
Yeah,
Ishmael.
Yeah. The wild man.
Like, bitch, you showing too much.
Look at them titties, man. I need
Not in
that.
America.
Not in fucking UK.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys in the video was like, "No, you that's for at home. You cover that up. Really, you can't be around the house having it out like that. You know, maybe in the bedchambers, but like out in public, you get the penalty. You can't fault me." He's like, "You can't." What he say? You can't fault me because you dressed that way. So the men don't even get like a harsh judgment on it.
But you got cause and effect.
Yep.
Yeah, you caused me to lose control and take it from
Hey, and this is multiple examples. Would you be out walking with $100,000 in cash in a dark alley in the hood somewhere.
Hey, you see
No.
these niggas doing these videos like that?
Yeah.
The cash in the clear backpack.
Yeah.
I see that
Asking
one,
for
bro.
food. Hey, you know the nearest food place, showing the money. A nigga chasing you like, what nigga? You like, hey, it's a prank. It's a prank. He's like, nigga, fuck that. Let me check if that money's real. He didn't care.
That nigga,
So
would-
it
that
go
nigga,
bad.
and that nigga would have killed that nigga, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Well, I'm gonna get killed like that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. These
He
niggas,
playing.
these pranksters, these so-called
I hate
pranksters
pranks.
out here. I hate that shit, man.
Yeah, I got more.
I got something.
Verse 3, Revelation 17:3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, decked with gold, precious stones, and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand.
Now let me say this real quick. If it were not for the prophets, the average Americans and Christians and whoever else can't break that down. What he described to them.
Right.
You don't know what that is.
That's what they say. Oh, we don't know. We can't go into that. We
No,
can't-
that's open. That's open now.
That's sealed.
Understand that? That's
You
open now.
got some Christians that break it down and saying that that's talking about the Catholic Church.
They don't know. They wild ass guess.
Oh yeah, the Vatican and
Some of
Vatican,
them get it
yeah.
right. Some of them get it right.
So
Now,
the church and the Vatican and the idolatry of the Catholic Church, and you know, some even teach that it's talking about Jerusalem, but
oh yeah,
they all are off.
Yeah.
All right, 'cause, the woman being described in Revelation 17th chapter is also the same Babylon broken down in the 18th chapter. The Catholic Church, you know, just to what's the word?
elaborate.
Basically to eliminate the no, it's damn. I hate when you think of something it just keeps escaping you. But process of elimination.
Yeah.
Through the process of elimination. Babylon in the 18th chapter talks about how it makes all the nations rich through commerce.
Yeah. Waxing rich
That's
through
not
the abundance
Vatican
of
City.
their
That's
delicacies.
not the Catholic Church.
They say something about the ports.
It talks about, well, that's one of the things about a nation that sits upon many waters and does all its commerce with all these nations. You would have to be a consuming nation. So that means that you do more importing than exporting. So you would have what you call deep sea ports to bring in all these goods. America has the most deep sea ports.
I think it's if you look, it's
The
like
Pacific, the Gulf,
and
Atlantic.
and Atlantic.
I was gonna say I think it's like 60% of America's on the
Yeah.
edge of water.
Isn't Vatican City like,
Surrounded.
It's in the
bro?
middle
It's
of
like
it's
it's
in
like
the
it's
middle of-
probably like as big as this part.
Yeah, it's in the middle
Yeah, it's
of,
real
of,
small.
of Italy
Real
and it's
small.
small.
Yeah.
It's a
Real
few
small,
square
yeah.
miles.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So clearly that's out of the picture. It ain't talking about no Catholic Church. It ain't talking about Jerusalem either. All right, but you could go back.
Because we were talking, he described.
Oh, and it's a
beast.
melting pot.
Right.
Further down, you're gonna read it. It talks about how the
Nations.
the waters is talking
Yeah.
about the
People.
different nations and tongues and so on and so forth.
And you
We know America is multi
cultural,
ethnic,
yep.
multi-ethnic and multicultural.
It's 109 acres.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vatican City.
Yeah.
That's somebody
That
back
ain't
there.
that's not the great city,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, man.
And just to Revelation, you do got to break it down. When he was talking about, he described a beast, and then described a woman in scarlet riding that beast. So that has to fit into something. Well, we understand that NATO is that beast, that whole beast Roman Empire system, and America is that harlot that is drunken everybody, that consumer nation that brings everybody to come in to play with her, so to speak. That's controlling it, because what's the control that they have? The military. Because they got the best military system on the planet.
You understand the prophecy when it says the eighth that came out of her.
Yep, that's
The eighth that was of the
That was
seventh.
The seventh, so like it.
yeah,
That's not talking about the Vatican City.
right.
You know.
We all know
The-
this place.
the
straight
seventh
out of
is-
England.
Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Great Britain, and of course the eighth, that came out of that was Babylon, America.
The 7 heads, there was UK, France, which is Gauls, Germania Major, Minor. What else?
Greece,
yeah.
Italy,
He said Germania.
Germania, Minor.
Major, Minor. 7 heads. The 10 horns, the EU.
the European Union.
The
Bel-
original 10 members.
Is
I
that-
say that because it's obviously more than 10 now.
Belgium, Luxembourg. Where else?
Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
That basically means when he saw the woman in the vision, he saw a badass chick. She was a baddie. That's why I said he marveled with great admiration. But this was, we all know when they have these type of visions, it's symbolic of something. All right. It's a deeper meaning behind it. All right. So this is a woman who's clearly, she's very attractive,
Appeasing to the eye.
very appeasing.
But inward, she's, fucked up.
Hey, witches, the story goes that the witch can transform into a fucking beautiful woman. But then at the end, when she got you, she reveals herself, man.
She's very seductive. Because it also refers to her in Nahum as the mistress of witchcraft. So she's very seductive, enticing, charming, so to speak.
Says all the right things.
Yeah, man. People look at America, they looking at Walt Disney,
Yeah.
Hollywood,
Wall Street.
Wall Street,
Times Square,
Mhm.
Vegas,
Vegas Strip.
Vegas Strip.
Their dream home,
Yeah.
their dream car.
The house with the white picket fence.
Oh, they look at
no.
it's just very appealing to the eye,
And look,
wanna come
look
over
where,
here.
look where we're at. Homeless people live in this beautiful park.
Yeah.
That's not like that in other countries.
They have some other countries, they really don't have homeless people.
Right.
They
Yeah.
have some type of welfare system where,
Yeah.
you know,
They got somewhere.
they got somewhere where you can, keep yourself together.
Yeah.
God. Not here in Babylon. You have motherfuckers go to war, do what they call it, 4 and 5 tours,
Yeah.
come back,
Ain't got shit to
ain't
show
got
for
shit to show for it. Yeah, right, and probably chipped.
That's why they'll come over here and they get on drugs. They'll come over here and get on crystal meth, fentanyl. A lot of them were heroin addicts. When they came from the Vietnam War,
Mhm.
Yeah,
they fell into that heroin,
They tried it to
and
get into that
they was
system.
trying
To
to
escape the world that they
trying to
was living
escape
over
that
here.
shit. The
PTSD.
Yeah.
trying to escape it, and a lot of them was overdosing and dying, man.
And a lot of Jakes, well, that's where we get the Israelite foreigners from. A lot of Jakes, they stayed over in Vietnam, Korea,
Kuwait.
over in parts of Europe, Japan, parts of Germany.
Yeah.
After the war ended, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, and because they was getting treated way better over there than it was back here in America.
If I go back there, look,
Jake was over there falling over their women and shit.
Man,
I want to say, you come back over here, You might, if you got it good over here, you might have a job, but your woman's still complaining at the house.
Yeah.
But you stay over there, they in order, they serving you like a king.
Yeah.
Hey,
You ain't got no Juanitas over there.
I was gonna say, right. Over here, after World War II though, you might get back on the chain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ali, Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
When he said he went and came back and he seen that he couldn't get I think it was some food in a restaurant in the town.
Yeah.
He said he took that medal and threw that shit in the river.
Came from the Olympic.
Yeah, from the Olympic. Yeah.
Bro, Joe Louis.
Yeah.
Oh man, you hear about the story about Joe Louis?
Bro.
Every fight he had, Esau, he would be fighting for free damn near, because every fight he had, Esau would show up to get taxes. He was, he was the heavyweight champ, one of the greatest heavyweights ever.
And he was a veteran.
Yeah, he was a veteran. And he was opening up, shaking, greeting people at the casino.
He was a doorman.
Doorman at the casino. Every fight he had, whether it be a charity fight, whatever, Esau showing up with their hands out, talking about
he died in debt.
back taxes.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that's kind. But you had a lot of Jakes, like I was saying, like I think it was Miles Davis, John Coltrane. They moved to Europe. You know, a lot of Jakes that had the means to move over there, they went over to Europe because it was getting treated way better than they were here in Babylon. Even though they didn't escape the curses,
Right.
but at the same time, it's
The system of
right,
oppression.
right.
Ease.
And all the rest of us, our forefathers, we didn't have that luxury.
Right.
So what do? Grow up here in this wicked ass society, GMO foods, you know, just wickedness all around us 24/7. You know, and it's corrupted our people. And look at us.
Real quick, Sirach 26:28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty,
Yeah.
and men of understanding that are not sent by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such a one for the sword. Yeah, a man of war suffering poverty. Every year it's a joke when they celebrate Veterans Day.
Veterans
They're like, what the fuck we celebrate that for? We come over here and we don't even get the same insurance coverage and the medical coverage as the people over there where we fighting. and
You know
shit.
what they get on Veterans Day? Free meal at Applebee's.
Yeah.
Free meal at IHOP. That's it.
You're liable to gotta pay a tip.
Yeah.
You gotta eat inside that motherfucker. You can't take it to go.
Yeah.
Man,
That's what the
That's
Veterans
why motherfuckers tell me, happy, thank you for being a veteran and shit. That's just empty shit to me.
everybody barbecuing what they found in
some money.
You ain't got that, you know.
Give me some money. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest
Thank you for
services.
serving.
and Jake is one of the
That's how you can thank me. Yeah, of course.
I'm saying Jake is one of the biggest a person that signs up for this man's war.
Yep.
You know, that gets it
Voluntarily.
enlists into the military.
Yeah, because our people are trying to get something, some free education, free dental
GI
plan,
Bill,
Now
free,
these
you know,
just want a Camaro
for the benefits. Jake joins for the benefits,
Yeah.
not because he's
Okay.
No,
super patriotic and
Yeah,
shit.
Charger
you know?
and Challenger. man.
Esau
That's all
wants to
Jake
go
is, man.
shoot towelheads or something, you know.
Oh yeah, he's just a murderer.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is my avenue.
Yeah, that's just
This is an avenue to tap right
Yeah.
back into my natural spirit. I can kill
just a
motherfuckers.
murderer, you know.
It was one Jake that he was a Jake. He went to war. He went overseas or whatever, and he got back, and they think they deported his ass.
Damn.
We're
I
saying all
think it was Issachar. He fucking they deported. I think he was from Texas somewhere.
Yeah, I know the story.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they deported him. Like, damn, you fought for this country, but you're not good enough to be a citizen.
and we bring all of this up to show you this is not the place to be attached to. Okay, you don't want to be connected to this place, man. This place, and this going into all of those part of those signs you was reading in Revelation 17, showing you like the blood of the saints. That's the Israelites. Their backbone or their blood was shed over here. You know, this place is built on that.
This from PBS.org. It says the U.S. military has reached a crisis level of low recruitment. At the same time, the American public's perception of the armed forces is increasingly divided. In a recent Gallup poll, only 60% of respondents said they had confidence in the U.S. military, the lowest level in over 2 decades.
60%.
And to tell you the difference between let's say a man of war, but in the ancient world, you think King David's mighty men came back from fighting and suffered poverty, was begging, didn't have substance, didn't have any kind of substance?
Hey, they were showered.
Right.
In the ancient kingdoms, the warriors that returned with the victory, especially, were showered.
Right.
With gifts. You know, they didn't have want for nothing. They got one. You go, what was that movie, King Arthur? Right? How they got back? It was like, man, we got women, we got money. It's like, we get to go home. You know, I need y'all to do one more. Like, man, hell no, I ain't doing one.
He had substance. He come
We
home
had some.
with a home and fields and cattle and
substance.
real riches.
The things you was fighting for.
Right.
When you went.
God.
You go over there because you're in poverty. You sign up because you're in poverty trying to get out of it. And then you end up not coming back.
Right. And you come back in this
box.
society, you come back what? With nothing.
Yeah.
Your woman didn't left and freaked off with niggas and got a baby by some nigga. You know,
Cuddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of cutty ass niggas out there, man.
It didn't go fight, but they treat you like you ain't the man. You know what I mean?
I saw one, bro, but this one's famous. Like, that's a few years ago. The dude went over to fight in Iraq, Afghanistan, and his wife, she was on Pornhub.
Damn.
Getting fucking slutted out.
Bro, there's so much adultery with the military and like men that's always stationed off. When they're away from their woman, they like, oh yeah, I'm finna wild out. And that shit happens heavy. That's why you gotta be a fool to get married to a chick and you a fucking veteran.
And there's benefits for doing it too.
Bro.
For them.
Yeah.
For the women.
For all of them.
All of them.
That shit is like
being married and having a family.
I done heard so many stories about dudes that have been on tours or they were stationed somewhere. A lot of them, they like, no, I'm gonna bring my wife with me. She can't be away. I can't do that. Because you asking for it. She gonna freak off, man. You know?
Now you over there fighting the Taliban and shit, thinking about what your girl doing back home. Not, you know, you're not sleeping. You're not focused.
When at the beginning of that movie, Jarhead,
you know,
he sent him his favorite movie, and it was a porn of her fucking off with somebody.
Damn.
You know,
true lie, based on a true story.
Yeah, and we're just painting you. That's the strongest military in the world, supposedly, right? And this is the type of shit. This is how wicked it is. Now that we're uncovering this place is being exposed for what it is.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, you got women getting raped in there in the military.
Just coming up dead.
Coming up,
They cover that shit up. They've been covering that shit up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if women come forward and try to accuse a higher ranking officer or whatever, they'll get in trouble, bro.
Or killed.
They'll get in mad trouble. You know?
I got a precept. You got something? You reading the article? I got this is Isaiah 47. I'm gonna read verse 5. Well, I'll start up at verse 2.
Can I get this real quick?
You got it.
This is in the law. Deuteronomy 20 and 7. It says, "And what man is there that have betrothed a wife and have not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die